Okay, so I had some measure of success in acquiring ingredients to make spinach oven. So let's do an unboxing here of everything I bought today. Some of the things are not related, but I had these Turkish figs that I'll make something with that. So gave up on the frozen spinach, but I'm just like, duh, just freeze your own spinach. So here's a couple of bags. I believe that it's going to be better with artichoke hearts, personally. Bamboo shoots or something else later. A little bit of binding cream cheese in addition to egg. I'm going to throw in. Also failed with phyllo dough, but I figure I'm going to try spring roll pastry and see what happens. Tasty beverage. Oh, good. Say hello.
Hello.
Also going to try a little bite size with the wonton skin. Let's see what happens.
I want to try too.
Okay. And Japanese eggs. And of course, fish. Other things I already have in the kitchen somewhere, so we're going to start to put things together. Get that spinach in the washed, press the moisture out of it, and should be ready to go. Let's see what happens. Right, so I've got my spinach in the sink here. That's an enormous amount of spinach. The recipe called for 16 ounces of spinach. At least the one that I briefly kind of read for ingredients. I'm not really going by recipe, I'm just going to do my own thing and see what happens. But I want to talk for a second about the importance of thoroughly washing your vegetables. I use this stuff to clean vegetables. Anyway, my uncle kind of turned me onto this at one point in time. He mentioned, infections happening primarily because, I mean, think about it. You've got workers in a field doing crop things. And, well, they have to go to the bathroom every once in a while, don't they? And a lack of proper sanitation facilities for people, people habits not washing hands, whatever, after they go to the toilet, can lead to contamination. So just thoroughly wash every time you use, especially green leafy vegetables. I've gotten sick multiple times from eating like spinach or drinking spinach smoothies or just putting spinach in particular in my salads. Anyway, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes in the solution of stuff to clean. Then I'm going to get this as much moisture out as possible and stick it in the freezer for a while. Alright, so I would first, I've got everything together I need, I think, just to start. A few other things I need. But I'd like to start by just, I have my sous chef here is helping. No, not ready yet? That's not yummy?
Yeah, it's not ready yet.
Okay. So I would like to state for the record here that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So, and I'm not really going by a recipe, I'm just going by what I remember, and I'm using probably all wrong ingredients, and I'm being lazy and not making my dough despite having this machine that can do it. Sue me, I don't know. But I do not wish to offend Greek culture by making this iconic dish by doing something wrong to it, although it's a spinach pie. How hard can it be? All due respect to culture, and it's not ready yet, Phoebe. I know that spices are not going to be good by themselves. So, again, we're imagining I know what I'm doing. I'll try it in just a minute, Phoebe. Okay, here we go. Stand by. Okay, next in the process. Now I've frozen this. I've tried to press as much moisture out as possible. There's still a lot of moisture here. But I believe the next logical step would be to get this into a smaller package. So I'm going to throw, as an experiment, a bunch of that in there just to see what happens. We'll start with that. This isn't really going to work, I think. So my first dilemma is the spinach needs to be smaller before I put it in here. So let's head down the bottom. This is what I want. This small particle wilted stuff. There's a lot of moisture. Boy, it smells like fresh cut grass. Anyway, I'm gonna get this into smaller form and back in the machine. Stand by. Okay, so there's going to be some more moisture in here, but I've got this spinach into normal size, or the size I need anyway. Into it, I'm also going to do canned artichoke hearts. I know the recipe doesn't call for this, but I think it's going to be good. So just dump that in there. I also have some sheep and goat milk feta that I've found. I'm just going to put that whole block in there. See, all this moisture is going to have to come out. But we're going to get this kind of pressed up a little bit first and in there. Okay, Mommy wants to hug me. I'll come hug Mommy in just a minute.
Okay.
Get that. Okay, I'll come hug Mommy. So I'll be right back. Alright, I have a little bit of olive oil too, but this is what we're talking about here. We're getting a good start. No, it's not. Don't fling oil everywhere, please. Okay, I'll show you how to use that one in a minute. Okay, so I've added some cream. I'm going to throw some eggs in there. No, my egg cracking was not as pretty as the one in the last video. Get that into the mixture. I've got my olive oil. I've got my seasoning. Everything's pretty much good to go for the filling part.
Daddy, let me see, Daddy.
Okay, you can see. See?
Oh, wow. Oh, it's milky. Look.
That's okay. Just leave it there. Okay. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's get this one more good mix. Let's go 10 seconds on, 4.5. Splat a little bit. Okay. Alright, I'm cooking this mixture some on the machine. Just, again, I want to lose some of that moisture, cook that out, and I want it to be a little more easy to work with for what I'm doing next. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to have myself a little appetizer here. Got some crackers, olives, some foie gras mousse, this delightful cream spread that most of which is in the machine right now, and a little bit of caviar. So this seems like a happy snack for me. Phoebe, tell the people what you think of caviar.
It's very yummy.
Open. What do you think?
Yummy.
Good. Alright, so while my mixture here is going to cool, this is the consistency I was really looking for. We get that cooled off, go in the freezer for a bit. Next, it's time to prepare some pastry. When I finish my snack and see if I can handle this. We'll see. So the first version, I'm going to make like a traditional the pie version, almost like a casserole, and see what happens. So I have to peel these apart. I'm going to brush each layer with a little bit of olive oil, help it puff up more and stay separate, and we'll see what happens here. Alright, so I've got my mixture here. I've got 3 layers of the pastry on the bottom, brushed with olive oil. I've got 3 layers ready to put on top. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon juice. I should have mixed it together with this one, but whatever. It's okay. And I'm going to add some salt. All right, let's try this again. After several takes here of being interrupted. Anyway, I couldn't tell you how many times I had to make fried chicken before I made good fried chicken. In the case of my spanakopita experiment here, it doesn't look especially visually appealing. No, I made two versions. I have my baked in a pie version, and I have my deep fried spring roll style versions. And again, I didn't have phyllo dough. I used spring roll wrapper, which is probably going to just ruin the whole dish. But I tried, and so now I'm going to cut into this, or bite into this, or open it up, and see how this turned out. Hey, it is absolutely delicious. I'll give it that. It's exactly the taste I was going for. It came out really, really nicely. I like the crunch of the spring rolls pastry too, different from the puff pastry I'm used to. And this. Okay, so you can be the judge based on appearances alone, and presentation wise, yeah, it's a total fail. That's an ugly thing. But taste wise, I think I won. I think I got it right. I think I did a good thing here. Now let's get into the pie part. I'm trying to get down on that if I can. There. Got a good crust on top. There we go. Tell me if that looks close to anything close to right. I don't know if it does or not, since I've never made this. Straighten that back up. This will be very, very hot. So it's definitely better than your chain restaurant spinach artichoke dip. Way better. And I'm kind of glad that I used fresh spinach now instead of frozen. Okay. No. The pie version is definitely better because instead of a crunch from the deep fry, it's chewy. I really like the chewiness. It's great texture. I'm declaring that one overall a win. And it doesn't look half bad too. If I were to put a nice sauce or a raita or something on top as a garnish. Plain dill sauce, maybe my style, something minty and spicy. It'd be pretty good. You know, like that minty green spicy sauce you get with papadums at an Indian restaurant. That sort of dish. That sort of sauce, that flavor, that would work. To be remembered for next time. Anyway, I need to let this cool for a bit and feed some to Phoebe. And then we'll just see what else the night has in store. But for now, okay, challenge was accepted and challenge delivered. Isabel, I hope you're happy since you requested it. And I hope I did okay. So, until then, Kitty Town, Hong Kong, Richard is signing off.
This one right here, and me, and my daddy's one turned to Sammy, and turned to me, and turned then got turned to me, is in down to me, and turned down to cut.
Yes?
Yeah?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Are you ready?
Yeah, say bye-bye to the people.
Bye-bye. Ready?
Okay.
Ready?